All right, let's just jump right in. Think back to late 2022. Something big happened that sent this massive shockwave through higher education. I'm talking about generative AI. It didn't just show up. It forced a total rethink of, well, everything. How we teach, how we grade, even what it actually means to learn in the first place.
And what's just mind-blowing is the speed of it all. I mean, look at this. Netflix took 3.5 years to get 1 million users. ChatGPT did it in 5 days. 5. So, this wasn't some slow burn new tech knocking politely on the door of academia. No way. It basically blew the doors clean off their hinges. And just like that, the entire rulebook for education was thrown out, and nobody had a clue what the new rules were.
So this really became the one question on everyone's mind, right? In every faculty lounge, every department meeting. Is this a crisis? I mean, is this the end of academic integrity as we know it? Or is it the exact opposite? Is this the start of something amazing, maybe the most powerful learning tool we've ever had? Now, the first reaction from a lot of educators, well, it was to focus on the problems. And let's be honest, there were some huge challenges right out of the gate. The big one, the first thing everyone worried about was academic integrity, cheating. How on earth are you supposed to grade a student's work when an AI can spit out a pretty darn good essay in, 30 seconds? It's a question that cuts right to the core of how we've always done things. But it wasn't just about cheating. The problems went way deeper. You have to remember, these AI models, where do they learn from? They learn from the internet. They learn from us. And that means they can pick up and even crank up all our own biases. So this tool, it's not neutral. Not at all. Because the stuff it learns from sure isn't. And then there's this, a cost that's kind of hidden from view. We think of AI as this digital, weightless thing happening in the cloud, but it's not. Training and running these huge models takes a shocking amount of electricity and water. I saw one study that said training just GPT-3, just that one model, used over 185,000 gallons of water. That's a massive physical footprint. And maybe the scariest risk of all is the most subtle one. Experts call them AI hallucinations. It's when the AI just makes stuff up. But it does it with complete confidence, presenting total fiction as solid fact. And we're not just talking about a student getting a wrong answer here. We're talking about a tool that could, over time, actually poison the entire well of human knowledge. That's a pretty big deal. But then, right in the middle of all this panic, something really interesting started to happen. Some educators, the innovators, started asking a totally different question. Instead of how do we ban this, they started asking, wait a minute, what if we could actually use this to make learning better? And this really nails that change in thinking. The whole conversation shifted from treating AI like, a banned substance that you have to police and punish, to seeing it as a brainstorming partner. It's like, remember when calculators first showed up, or Wikipedia? It's a powerful new tool, and the smart move is to figure out how to use it, not just how to ban it. So this new way of thinking is all about collaboration. It's not about just asking the AI, hey, give me the answer. Instead, students are learning a whole new skill called prompt engineering. The idea is to have a conversation with the AI. You actually get it to ask you questions. It helps you clarify what you're trying to do. It becomes a real dialogue, not just you telling a machine what to do. Once you start thinking this way, it just opens up a whole new world in the classroom. All of a sudden, you can do things like have students critique an essay written by an AI, looking for bias or mistakes, or you can have it summarize a super dense research paper in like 10 seconds. It can even create practice quizzes tailored just for you. The focus isn't just on finding information anymore. It's about really thinking critically about that information. Okay, but having new assignments isn't enough, right? This new reality meant we needed new rules for the whole system. Starting with the big one, how we actually grade students and measure what they've learned. So this really clever idea is starting to pop up, called the two-lane approach. Think of it like this. Lane 1 is kind of the old school way. In-person exams, oral presentations, stuff to make sure you actually know the basics. But Lane 2, that's where things get interesting. It's all about working with AI. And get this, you're not graded on the final product. You're graded on the process. How good were your prompts? Did you fact-check what the AI gave you? How well did you critique its work? It's a total game changer. And a huge piece of this puzzle is just being upfront and clear. So now instructors are putting these syllabus statements right in their course outlines. This isn't just boring fine print. It's basically a contract that says, here is exactly how you can and cannot use AI in this class. It gets rid of all the confusion and sets the ground rules right from the very first step. When you step back and look at the big picture, this isn't really about surviving some new technology. It's about getting students ready for the future. A future where working with AI is going to be just as basic as reading and writing. We're talking about a whole new core skill, AI literacy. So, what does it even mean to be AI literate? Well, it's a lot more than just knowing how to type a question into a box. It means you actually get how the tech works, you can see the ethical traps, you can spot AI-generated fake news, and, most importantly, you know how to critically question everything it spits out. It's the whole package, the essential skill set for the world we're heading into. And this isn't some far-off theoretical thing. It's happening right now. Take a field like design. AI is already taking over a lot of the routine, boring tasks. But does that mean designers are out of a job? No. It actually makes their human skills, their creativity, their critical thinking, their ability to ask the right questions more valuable than ever. The tool isn't replacing the artist, it's just changing how they make their art. Which really brings us to the biggest question of all, one that kind of shakes the very foundation of education. For hundreds of years, learning has been all about the quest to find answers. But what happens when the answers are basically instant and free? In a world like that, maybe the most important skill isn't finding the right answer anymore. Maybe it's learning how to ask the right question.